it's quite moving to hear that from anybody. And you're not the only person who's told me that. I've had a famous writer, I won't name him, who told me that he was going through a divorce and it had really got to him. And he watched an episode of me in Doctor Who and thought life was worth living afterwards. I mean, what? I take no personal credit as an actor from that. It's the nature of the programme that does that. But boy, we're lucky to be able to do that. Sorry,
we talked about meeting fans at conventions like this, and I was wondering if you've got any comments on meeting fans.
I really enjoy it. What we don't get with TV and film, which you do in theatre, is that contact with your audience. At the end of a show, you get the first-hand impression of the effect that your work has had. You know, you either get a round of applause or people just stare at you like you've wasted 2 hours of their lives. But at least you know the effect you've had. You try and forge a relationship with the audience. You don't get that in TV and film. You just get ratings, which is a very sort of cold way of seeing how well the show is doing. I like conventions because you get that contact, and you get to see the effect that your work has had on people. And similarly, what you were saying about changing people's lives, like Yanto and Jack's relationship I've had lots of people come up and say that relationship helped me come out to my parents, or helped me come out to my friends. It made me feel better about who I am, about my identity, and that's always really moving when that happens. So I do like the conventions have changed my life completely. I've not only seen like so much of the world through doing them, but I've met lots and lots of people who have been affected and moved by Torchwood, and it is very humbling, and it's a lovely thing.
I think in general there's so many sort of positive role models in Doctor Who, and a lot of people draw from that, and it's great to see. So next question from the audience. We'll go over this way.
I think it was at Carlisle that talked beautifully from. You were asking everybody what they thought of it if it ever was a lady doctor. Not many like. I'm just wondering what both of you think now. Well, you said you'd like to see one.
I've always thought it bizarre that we haven't had a lady doctor before. I can see why in the context of a male-dominated BBC and a male-dominated world, why we haven't, but that's not a reason why we shouldn't. And forgive me if I make an obvious point. The Doctor, instead of dying, has the power to regenerate, which means every molecule of his body is rearranged and comes back in a different human form. Rearranged except for one little bit. I mean, forgive me, it's absurd. Why would that bit change, like all the other bits? So, we've established now that it's happening. I can't believe the people who say it's wrong, it's bad. I mean, but I was with Peter in America, being interviewed by some interviewers. And he was standing beside me, and he'd said that I think it's a shame that boys are now going to lose a role model. And I took issue with him. I said, well, girls haven't had one using your basis for what is a role model for the last 50 years. So why shouldn't girls have a role model? And secondly, role models don't have to be gender specific. I admire lots of women, that's a role model. If a woman is doing the job I'm doing, she does it well, she's a role model. I mean, every bit as much as a man is. I've got 4 daughters, so I'm quite pugnacious about the opportunities offered to girls, women, ladies. Having watched it, I think she is fabulous. She's brought something to the park that none of the rest of us have ever brought, which is joy. There's a kind of bubbling joy inside her, which I find infectious. And finally, she's the only doctor that I have ever fancied.
She is great, isn't she? She's wonderful. And what you're saying about role models, I mean, they're heroes. They don't have to be, like, it doesn't have to be gender specific. My mum is just as big a hero to me as my dad. It's like, it doesn't have to be gender specific. And going back to Jodie, I think she is wonderful. And I fancy her too.
We have a question over here. Yes.
Okay. Right. Carrying on the theme of having impressions upon people, it's a decade since Gareth's character died in Torchwood.
Yeah, where was Christopher Eccleston then?
What do you think about Yanto's Shrine?
Yanto's Shrine is very, very weird. No, it's great. I don't claim ownership of the shrine. The shrine is dedicated to Yanto, and Yanto was a creation from lots of people. He has my body and my voice box, but you know, it's very much Russell's. It started with Russell's creation, and then costume and directors and story writers. So the shrine belongs to anyone who was involved in bringing Yanto to life and killing him off. But yeah, it's a bit strange having my face over a memorial before I died. So it is a bit weird, but it's also very flattering to think that, you know, work that I've been involved with has moved people to, you know, show their appreciation of the character to that extent.
So Torchwood is linear then, because Doctor Who has a joy of not being linear.
Yes.
I mean, I've recorded my death scene, but I'm still recording the stories.
Yes, absolutely.
It happened before then.
Oh, I'm still recording Big Finish stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yanto lives.
yeah, Yanto does live.
Yes, quite right.
Big Finish. I've just written my 4th Big Finish episode as well. So if you haven't heard Big Finish yet and you are missing Torchwood, go and get the audios, because they really are a joy.
They are. You've written?
Yeah, I've done
4 of them.
4 now. Yeah.
Wow.
I've written 2 Torchwood 3 stories with Yanto and the original team, and I've also written 2 prequels with Yanto with Yvonne Hartman and Torchwood 1. It's called Torchwood 1. So it's 2 of those with a whole new Canary Wharf team. They're great fun as well.